This episode was exciting on both fronts. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. This is Sellavin on The Legend of Korra, Season 4, Episode 7, The Reunion. Yeah, right now Korra's back in Republic City, and she's trying to see, her and her team are trying to come up with a plan to see if they can stop Kuvira with the situation that's now going on. Now that Zafu has been taken, things are on the edge for them, and they're deciding what to do now. But things are very tricky, especially with Kuvira committing her new spirit energy weapon. Speaking of that, meanwhile, you have Varric and Bolin in the forest, and they've been captured here by shared by rogue prisoners who escaped Kuvira. Apparently, Kuvira has taken people who are in the Earth Empire, technically in the Earth Kingdom, but who are not of Earth Kingdom descent. For example, firebenders, waterbenders, anybody who is not that ability, but weren't from generally that region. They're gonna take away and send them to prison or get them out of the Earth Kingdom Empire's way. Basically, they're prisoners of war, and they didn't commit any crime. She's nuts. Very, 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 very nuts. Meanwhile, you got Korra. She's trying to see if she can make some peace with her friends. And she saw Tencent, and again, not him and Fumi, and Naga, the furry animals, Naga, Peppa, everybody. Not everybody, especially when you see the Mako. Apparently, Mako finds out that that Korra wrote to her Asami in secret, and she's not too happy about it. It's not happy because even though they were their friends, they were once boyfriend and girlfriend. When you don't, just because they had a relationship, their relationship fizzled, doesn't mean that they couldn't keep out of touch because of the situation. I know Korra, she has to sign to keep it a secret, but you have to understand Mako's anger because she kept it a secret. Like he felt like he couldn't trust her. Also, Prince Wu, being an annoying idiot, he kept getting involved in the situation. For example, he came along with them, and even asked Alka to help him pee. I'm not joking. Not really help him pee, just go with him to the bathroom. But things don't get so out of hand to the point where, when Mako lets him out of sight, Prince Wu get kidnapped by members of the Earth Empire. Kuvira making her move to the point where she's eliminating all threats to her regiment, including Wu, who by law is heir. So we all know. I said this before and I say it again. This kid is a spoiled brat, and he needs to learn some humility. Otherwise, he'll never be a true king. He'll just be a selfish, self-centered brat forever, and he needs to turn true humility. Otherwise, this guy won't deserve to become a true king. So, yeah. You also gotta give credit where credit is due, and I give this a lot of credit. Meanwhile, after Bolin and Varric managed to convince those prisoners to let him go. They have a plan to sneak across the border using them because they're still wearing Earth Empire uniforms. Means that people will be fooled, but it doesn't go so well. And I gotta admit, I gotta like the fighting in this episode. You get to see more of Bolin's lava bending, and I thought that Bolin hadn't perfected the lava bending, even though he is managing to do so. But I guess I was wrong. He's now a lot stronger than ever. A lot better than lava bending than he first got it. It has been 3 years, and for years you can practice. But compared to his lava bending with the member of the Red Lotus Gazan, his lava bending was superb. When he and Bolin fought, he turned every piece of earth that was thrown at him into nothing but pure magma. But knowing Bolin, he's not as strong a master as Gazan, but don't call him an amateur. If he knows how to do it, then don't call him an amateur. If it's not fixed, don't. If it's not fixed, don't try to change it. So, I got that wrong. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. But you get my point. Also, with Prince Wu being kidnapped, has no choice. But again, they all have no choice. If they do their best, Korra uses even some touch of her spiritual energy, because of the connections with the spirit mind, because of the training she learned from Toph, to connect with the spirit mind to find Prince Wu. It was the spirits Well, that's her training with Toph that taught her how to connect with spiritual vine and energy. I mean, Aang did it, she did it, and she can still do it. Remember, she can go into the Avatar state, but there's still some issues in control. I mean, when she first fought against Kuvira, she still remember, she still suffers from certain aspects of PSD, post-traumatic stress. Yes, I mean, hello, Zahir tried to murder her. And all for what? To achieve chaos? See, peace through chaos? That wasn't chaos, that's madness. He thinks that order must come from disorder, even though he's in prison and two of his members, two are dead, maybe three, because we don't know where Puli is. She most likely is dead after how Mako used the equalist electricity. He can lightning bend. We need to see more Mako when it comes to him using lightning bending. The only other lightning bender we've seen were Iroh, Zuko. He's not really lightning bending. He can deflect it. Zuko, Azula, and Fire Lord Ozai. But working together, they stopped it, and they managed to regain Prince Wu. And it was an epic. I mean, at first when they got together, they tried to get on each other's nerves. For example, when Asami revealed that she was seeing her father again, and Korra didn't know she could trust him. But then again, and she kind of snapped back because you're back in one day doesn't mean you get in charge. I mean, that is true, but remember, Orochi Sato may be in prison, but he's still Asami's father. So you gotta give credit where credit is due. But he did help with equalist and war, or he tried to cause war and to take people's bending away with the help of her mom. Also, I don't mention this one. No, we got to see the magnificent voice work of Steve Bloom. He played the voice of her mom. He also plays the voice of an astounding character in this episode. Not going to tell you who, but Steve Bloom is an excellent voice actor for both anime and cartoons. The fact that they even have him on this episode is a great honor. Also with Bolin, Barrack, they're doing their best to stop this. Like now that they left Kuvira's army and they're working with these fugitives, they have no choice but to get to Republic City to warn them of the Kuvira's spirit weapon. But things get a little worse for wear. For example, at the end of the episode, when you get to see Kuvira standing in the same spirit forest that Korra was in and Toph is wearing now. Does that mean that Toph is going to fight? I mean, she should. I mean, hello, Kuvira imprisoned Sulin and her kids and her entire family. That's Toph's family. Her daughter and her grandchildren. Toph has the right to fight back. So, we haven't seen Toph stretch her muscles completely. I mean, she tried with Korra, but I gotta admit, I also gotta see the funny anecdotes of Prince Wu in this episode, seeing him being the rich bratty clown that he is. But you gotta give credit where credit is due, and I give this a lot of credit. And Prince Wu, like I said before, I'll say it again, he's a spoiled brat, and he needs to learn some lesson humility before he become king of anything. So, and now Kuvira has to hide. Now they have to hide him in a safe place. Not gonna tell you where, but he's in a safe place with some loyal people who will gladly worship him, despite being a rich brat, despite being a spoiled brat. Who are these people? Let's just say you've seen them in book 3. And trust me, they're nice people. They'll take care of Prince and give him everything he needs before he gets on their nerves and they kick him out or do something else. But this episode was a positive episode. It was like a moment away from what's happening at Zaofu, like what you call a stretch. Like an episode where you have when the bad guy isn't mainly involved, but you know that there's still a threat. It's like one of those. And I'm glad we got to see that in one of these episodes. It was a perfect episode for the season. But we're still not over. We still have plenty more episodes for weeks to come. We still need to get a final epic battle. What about you? What do you think will happen next? Yes, I have no idea. So I'm going to leave this question up to you. Who do you think? Think good or bad? Had horrible, ugly, so Knowing the Legend of Korra makers, we already got confirmed that this is going to be the last season of the Legend of Korra. So if it's gonna go out, it's gonna go out with a bang, just like the last Airbender. So keep your prayers up. Hope you enjoyed. That's fine. This is Sellavin with you on the Legend of Korra season 4, episode 7 reunion. Hope you enjoyed. That's fine. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. Signing off.